Yeah, you know what though? The team for in Underdog Investor Group is great. If you need a question answered, boom, you're right on there. Colin's there to help you. Davis, Lucas jumps on to help. If the community there to help out. I love the strategies and helping figure out
Cool.
because it can be a minefield. It can be overwhelming, and everything is laid out and there's a lot of research and things there. So I went to what was it? I think it was a real estate meetup. Somebody had mentioned crypto, and
When was this?
this was January of this year. I think
Okay,
is
recent.
when
Okay.
yeah, recent. So I started doing a little research because it's been so long. I'm like, I need to look into this, and I'm analytical in nature, so that, and then I dove down the deep hole of DeFi, and it was fascinating. And so that was really, really interesting. And once you get into the DeFi, it's whoa, is so
Totally.
fascinating. Then the next thing, I was at a different real estate meetup. Somebody came in to talk about crypto, and he had a little program. So I'll, kind of join and see. And it just there was not much value. I didn't get interaction. And then I think it was maybe a YouTube or yeah, I think it was a YouTube. I watched one or two years. I'm like, wow, this is fascinating. This guy is intrigued, understands how things work. So that's when I signed up. The value compared to the other one, because I dropped that. The value and the information and all that has just been phenomenal. And the community is a great source here. For instance, Davis, I met him. He interviewed me for Ground Floor for a quick one-on-one to use for training
So cool.
purposes when he was with them. So they're like, oh, that was great. We used it for internal training and things. So, but yes, and so it's just been the mindset shift. No, I've had a pretty good mindset, but the mindset shift of understanding the way you should be acting and what you should be doing with your funds, and not, kind of is yeah is has been really good. It's
Going
like
from, I think, well, it sounds like you have experience in anyone who is an investor or entrepreneur, which is why I'm so big on the mindset. Because anyone who already has that, which sounds like you sort of did through, I mean, your career, and you've been around the planet, like you had experience in the real world. You're
yeah,
not, some 16-year-old trying to get rich quick, but you also understand investing at some form. So when I was looking at real estate, because I used to have it and I almost deployed money in real estate until I found DeFi. Oh no, I actually looked at the returns that I could make in DeFi unleveraged versus what I could do in real estate leveraged.
yeah.
It just made sense to me for my lifestyle, of course, and what I was doing. But then you can also move funds and other things. So I see it as the same: is you're investing, you're taking some equity out, you're moving it around, you're building your bag, you're building your little empire.
Mhm.
And it sounds like you get that, which is cool. What would you say are your biggest lessons, whether you learn them through experience, learn them with us, doesn't really matter. But if you wanted to give someone your top 2 or 3 lessons of like, here's how you succeed in this DeFi game or the investment game, what would those be?
All right. Well, the first thing I would say is take action. Now, it sounds simple, but it can be hard because behind you taking action, there is risk, there's reward, there is calculated risk, there is, I'm a little bit afraid, I don't know what's going on, whether that be DeFi, whether it be real estate. But you don't want to get into any analysis paralysis, which as an engineer, technical thinker, I could tend to do. But you have to move forward,
Got it.
evaluate, evaluate, knowing there's some risk, but and then actually do it, follow through with it. So that's the first thing.
Love it.
That's big. It's easy to say take action. It's harder to do it. So yeah, mindset is key as well, and you're big on mindset, and that's helped me through some of this turmoil in DeFi. I've seen it in real estate too, where I've needed to have a mindset, and through problems, different things that happen. So if you don't have that, it can break you down. We've gone through many problems here with some of these apps and things, and
Yeah.
losing funds and all that.
Do you
So
think it's
yeah.
because, for me, it was because I had a job and school, like elementary, high school, and I went to college, but
Hmm.
it was like, it trained me to bell rings, take my 30-minute break, bell rings, get in, don't be late, raise your hand, shut up, do what you're told, be a good boy. And then that translated to my job. And then when it translated, it doesn't translate well into business and investing because it's not so certain, it's
No,
not so linear,
right,
and there's risk involved where we're told typically play it safe since we were
right,
kids. And it's
right.
like you can't play it safe or you
No,
don't make anything.
right. I think so. I think it's just what we're programmed to do now because it's like, okay, you go get good education. Education is going to lead to better higher education. Higher education is going to lead to a job that you're going to have, do well, save for retirement, and that one day. I've been totally turned around. Whereas I want my money working for me
Yeah.
now. Want to be using. I don't want to stick it in the freezer and refrigerator in a 401k
Yeah.
necessarily, and have it for 40 years from now. I don't
Especially in
buy
the
a loaf of
50s, 60s, whatever. Like I think America, they had it figured out. Everyone had a new car, everyone had a home. It was figured out. And they worked
yeah.
in one job and they were taken care of by the employers. It's just unfortunate that just doesn't exist. So we either play the game or the game plays us. And whether you like it or not, you kind of gotta take a little bit more responsibility for your financial future than you used to have to.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's because it's you can say you can be a saver and that's good, but you have to be an investor to get
Yeah.
ahead, basically.